opportunity to come here today on behalf of the people of this county. We simply ask that we bless you in the decisions that we make, and that they are ones that will please you and glorify you. In your name we pray.
Madam Clerk, the roll, all members minus Greg Ruger with an excused absence are present. Alright, we have the approval of the agenda. I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda. It's in front of you. If there's any additions or corrections or changes, they will require a 2/3 vote, but.
I will make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Alright,
Support.
a motion and support. Anything to add to the agenda? Alright, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The agenda is approved. We'll move to the approval of minutes. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the June 17, 2021 Board of Commissioners meeting.
I would make that motion.
Support.
Motion's been made by Gerber, supported by Holzhausen. Discussion on those minutes, corrections. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Those minutes have been adopted. Go to the approval of the bills. Commissioner Plum?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to approve the invoice edit reports dated 6/17/21, 6/24/21, 6/25/21, and 7/1/21. Also wire transfer and ACH and EFTs, and authorize the warrants be drawn from the treasury for the same. The total is $3,078,302.18.
Support.
Motion and support to pay the bills. Discussion on the bills. Is Council on Aging's bill in here?
It is, it would be in there once they submit their additional documentation. They have not yet. So the check is in there, but it has been held until such additional signature and supporting documentation are provided.
And they said they would do that for us.
Yes, they did.
Once they do that, then we can.
And Casey emailed them today asking for it.
Perfect. All right, anything further? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Broder is excused, Commissioner Gerber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks,
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes. Those are approved. All right, at this time we will go into the first opportunity for the public to address the board. I have no slips. Wow. All right. Committee reports. We will start with Commissioner Holzhausen.
Okay, I'm on the 911 board and,
Anything happen in Stoller?
huh?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Just next, that's next. I start out easy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm on the 911 board. I guess everybody knows that. We're getting a new tower installed, so it'll be up to grade and it won't have to be painted and everything else. So also, I'm on Shiawassee Council on Aging, and we had a little hack into our thing and lost a few dollars, several $1,000s, and I think everybody knows about it. We're working through it and hope it never happens again and get more security. We had a special meeting on it and they were working through all that. We got an attorney and everything, trying to straighten it all out. Also, I'm on the Health and Wellness Board, and we're going to meet for the first time in person. So this month. So in fact, I'm on the Finance Committee meeting and our committee, and we meet Monday. So it'll be the first time in months and months and months. So. And also on the Shiawassee Economic Department Board, and with Justin Horvath, and things are zooming along there. So, and last I heard, they was looking for like 1,500 people. There was that many openings in Shiawassee County, minimum. So people just, I don't want to work or what, but there's lots of openings. So that's about it.
Thank you, Commissioner Holzhausen. Commissioner Plowman?
Thank you. I'm on Parks and Rec. Well, we didn't meet this month, but the parks were being used very handily until the blackening of the sun and the mosquitoes came. So, yeah, I would imagine outings during the day or on the weekends, you better put your mosquito stuff on. I-69 corridor did not meet. Shiawassee County Road Commission. Our director there, Brent Freeze, retired. I think he had 36 years. And acting director is Chris Cannon. He was the road engineer. And he ran his first meeting Tuesday. And it went very smoothly. Roads are being done. Of course, they're teasing me hard. They want a couple $1 million of our COVID money for roads, but I said, well, we can't use them for roads. I mean, so I told them I was really sorry, but we couldn't help them. Very sorry, yes. But the road projects are right along. The graveling of the township roads proceeded very well. They've been trimming, and they're ahead on schedule on everything up through except the last 10 days when we had a lot of rain. Chloride has been put down. Some townships want a little more because of all the water washing things away. Also the first mowing of blacktop and gravel, and of course major thoroughfares like I-69. The first mowing has been done, and the second mowing of blacktop will take place. Some mowing on gravel roads, especially around intersections, will be done, but they only get mowed once. Other than that, their equipment purchases are right on time. Everything has been brought back up to timing and everything, because of the COVID did limit some purchases, but they now made those purchases. So the road commission is moving right along and doing pretty well. And then GL thumb area workforce, I can't remember if they meet this month, or maybe they don't in July. I think they meet in August or something. But they haven't met since then. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else. No, I don't think so.
All right. Commissioner Webster?
So the SCOA centers, in addition to the other things we talked about this week, they opened for in-person services. So in-person meals and all of that are happening back in the senior centers, which has not been true since the beginning of COVID. As Commissioner Holzhausen mentioned, we met yesterday for a meeting to discuss the breach that happened, and we voted on a cybersecurity plan, which is going to include not only do we have an IT company that we work with, we're also going to be hiring a cybersecurity that's going to put several other levels of protection in place. And as was stated in yesterday's meeting, I also serve on the VAAA board, and the VAAA board voted at our meeting at the end of June, just a couple of weeks ago, to make SCOA whole. So the resources that were lost to our people in this county have been restored. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Commissioner Marks?
New.
All right. Commissioner Garber?
Yeah, just one thing. I think, as you know, I serve on several boards and committees, but what I'm most proud of, what I think we should be most proud of, and what makes my job as a commissioner enjoyable is the staff that we have now assembled in this administration office. It's top notch, it's professional, cooperation from Dr. Boggs right on down to the young lady that cleans our offices. I could go on and on about Tracy, but we have a great team here, and we should all be really, really proud of that. And any insinuation that things are not as they should be, I am very confident those things are not true, based on the respect and admiration I have for my coworkers here in this office. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone else have anything at this time? Trying to think. MTA did not meet, Health Board did not meet, Parks did not meet, right?
Right, yeah. Parks will meet next month, August.
None of my committees all have vacation, so. We will go into our standing committees. Economic and Physical Development, Commissioner Marks.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This time I move to approve the bid for Derby's tree service in an amount not to exceed $7,500.
Support.
We have a motion and support for the bid. Discussion on this? Tim, did she?
I talked to him today, and he will, before he begins, I will have laid out everything that he said he was gonna do, and he said that's no problem. He said that there was so many trees on there, on his bill, that he really didn't have room to put all that stuff on, but, he will provide us with, you know, cutting the trees, doing the brush, grinding down the stumps, and hauling everything away.
Oh.
I might keep some of the tree trimmings, because if we do the trees in the parks, we'll put that over the roots to keep them moist until we plant them. So, we may keep some of the, you know, like chopped up limbs and stuff.
Alright,
Okay.
thank you, Tim.
Yep.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Broder is excused, Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes. Motion approved.
I move to approve the bid from JMR Masonry Company in an amount not to exceed $10,885.00 for blocking of the jail windows.
Support.
We have a motion and support. Discussion on this? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Broder is excused, Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes.
I move to approve the filling of a maintenance one position partially dedicated to the parks, grade 2, step 3.
Support.
We have a motion and support. Discussion on this? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
sorry. Is- Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Broder is excused, Chairman Root.
Yes.
I move to approve the PA 116 farmland agreement applications 21-00002-21000011 for the David R. Williams Trust as presented.
Support.
Motion and support. Farmland agreements. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Broder is excused, Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes.
I move to approve the minutes from July 12, 2021 Economic and Fiscal Development Committee meeting.
Support.
We have a motion and support. Discussion on these minutes. Corrections. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Those minutes are approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Marks. Move to Finance and Administration. Commissioner Plowman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to approve the 2022 child care budget for submission to state as presented.
Support.
A motion and support on the child care budget. Discussion on that? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Broder is excused, Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes. The motion approved.
I move to approve the resolution for the refunding of bonds.
Support.
We have a motion and support. Discussion on this? Roll call vote.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Broder is excused, Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes. Motion approved.
I move to approve the coordinator's budget memo and budget timeline as presented.
Support.
We have a motion and support. Discussion on the budget timeline from the coordinator. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? It's approved.
I move to approve the recommended second quarter budget adjustments for coding changes and consolidated funds.
Support.
We have a motion and support. Discussion on this agenda item. Get another roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Broder is excused, Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes. Motion approved.
I move to approve resolution number 21-07-10, approving the request by the Shiawassee County Treasurer to reassert local foreclosing government authority from the Michigan Department of the Treasury.
Support.
We have a motion and a support. Discussion on this. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Broder is excused. Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes. Motion's approved.
I move to approve resolution number 2107-12, authorizing the treasurer to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the State of Michigan Land Bank to form a local Shiawassee County land bank.
Support.
We have a motion, support, Commissioner Webster. Discussion on this? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Broder excused, Chairman Root.
Yes. Motion approved.
I move to authorize the contract extension with the SRESD for IT services for the county in the amount of $118,500 from July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2022, and authorize the chairman to execute the necessary documents.
Support.
We have a motion and support. Extension of the IT contract. Discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marks,
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Broder excused, Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes. That motion's approved.
I move to approve the replacement of district court deputy clerk at a pay grade 3.
Support.
We have a motion and support. Refill vacancy. Discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen.
Yes.
Commissioner Broder excused, Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes.
Move to approve the replacement of a legal assistant in the prosecutor's office at a grade 3 between $15.07 and $18.42.
We have a motion, support. Refilling another vacancy. Discussion on this. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Broder excused, Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes.
I move to approve the minutes of the July 12th, 2021 Finance and Administration Committee meeting.
Support.
We have a motion, support on the minutes. Discussion, corrections. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Those minutes are approved.
Mr. Chairman, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Plowman. At this time, we will go into the Public Safety and Courts Committee. I do not know. Commissioner Plowman, the floor is still yours.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to authorize the sheriff to hire one new sheriff's deputy per the terms outlined in the contract between Shiawassee County and the Teamsters.
Support.
We have a motion and support, refilling a sheriff's deputy position. Discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Broder excused, Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes. That motion is approved.
I move to approve the dual mode lighting from Lumenserve in the amount of $24,975 with the additional assurance warranty and compliance monitoring.
Support.
We have a motion and a support. Discussion on this motion. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Broder excused, Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes, that motion is approved.
I move to approve the minutes of the July 13th, 2021 Public Safety and Courts Committee meeting.
Support.
We have a motion and support. Discussions, corrections on the minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Those minutes are approved.
Mr. Chairman, that concludes Public Safety and Courts Committee.
Thank you, Commissioner Plowman. We'll go to Health and Human Services, Commissioner Garber.
Thank you. I'm gonna do this one more time. I would move that we approve the addendum to the 2019 Mid-State Health Network Substance Abuse Disorder Oversight Policy Advisory Board Intergovernmental Agreement.
Support.
We have a motion and support. I would just say it's substance abuse, not abuse.
Same thing.
Discussion on this. Roll call, or can we all in favor of this?
I do
Roll call. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber excused, Chairman Root.
Yes, that motion approved.
Mr. Chairman, before she moves on, I have shortened that, and we could do this the next time. We could just throw the acronym out there. MSHSNSUDOPABIA. We'd all know what that means.
I'll remember that.
Yeah, okay.
That would be much easier.
That's how we refer to the updates when you're on.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do.
Thank you.
All right, I would move that we approve the medical examiner agreement and authorize the chairman to execute said agreement.
Support.
The motion and support, medical examiner's agreement. Shook the tree a little bit.
Money fell.
Only 2% instead of 4%. I like that. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman?
Yes.
Commissioner Webster?
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen?
Yes.
Commissioner Broder excused, Commissioner Garber?
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes, that motion approved.
I move that we approve the minutes of the July 13th, 2021 Health and Human Services Committee meeting.
Support.
We have a motion and support, discussion, corrections on minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Those minutes are approved.
That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Garber. We'll move to committee of the whole report, Commissioner Marks.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. At this time, I move to approve yesterday's added item, the August meeting dates of the 9th through 12th, which pushes it up a week next month.
Support.
Motion and support, reason for the change being the bonds, the scheduling of the bonds, so. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
That is approved.
Did you oppose, Commissioner Holzhausen?
Yes,
You did.
one opposed.
One opposed.
All right, finally, I move to approve the minutes of the July 14th, 2021 committee of the whole meeting.
Support.
Motion support on the minutes, any corrections, changes, additions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Those minutes are approved.
Mr. Chair, that completes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Marks. Skip down to Dr. Boggs, give your report.
I don't really have anything new to add from yesterday. I would say that the treasurer and myself discussed the letter from SCOA yesterday after we both had, or this morning after we both had time to review it. And in the future, those kind of things do need to come to Tracy and myself so that we're aware of them. There really wasn't anything of substance to alert us that there was a fraud of that magnitude in there. We need to be clear on our communications with that, and we'll address that in the agreement that we will bring before you probably next month to finalize.
Okay.
All right, any questions for Dr. Boggs? Thank you. Hearing none, we'll go to the chair's report. Mostly we talked about it, that human resources is moving along, everybody knows the process we've been going through with that, the redoing of the handbook. The handbook should be ready for our adoption in August, so we will have it out to the commission that week prior for review. We are still awaiting some maybe corrections or some ideas from Hiring Solutions that are assisting with that, but a number of things we're looking at changing in there. I don't know that they're massive changes, they're just things that needed to be updated, things that need to be made clear, some gray areas, we want things to be black and white so that we know exactly. We want it uniformed, and we want it uniform across the county, which is the whole reason and the push for the HR function as well, is to uniform all of our processes so that we're not so liable for things that go wrong, because it can happen. And I will say, as far as yesterday, my leaving of the meeting, I'll apologize to my board members for leaving, but I felt if I continued to stay, I would have been a further disruptor. I would have continued to drag the meeting out, and I would have continued to engage in a conversation that I otherwise did not want to be a part of or listen to any further, which leads me into, we are all given an opportunity to chair these committees and chair these meetings and run them, but we are all beholden to the rules of organization that we adopt at the beginning of the year when we organize this board. I'm going to ask the responsibility of the chairs to continue to be obligated. We set 3 minutes for a reason, and I'm going to defend myself. I didn't speak until after the 3-minute buzzer went off, but either way, I should not have spoke. But after a while, you know, everyone says don't take it personal, never take it personal. Oh, it's just government, it's not personal, it doesn't matter. Well, I'm gonna tell you it matters to me. Everything we do and everything we don't do matters to me, and it does. And when I know what individuals upstairs are doing, I know probably more than most commissioners sitting here for what people are doing in their office and how they're doing things and how they work within the restraints and budget restraints that we give them and the demands we put on them. So, I mean, maybe you guys are comfortable sitting here and letting somebody sit here and say those type of things about our directors and the people that run our offices, but when I know for a fact somebody is giving inaccuracies, unfortunately I'm human and I can't stand to allow it. And we allow it and we just, oh, they can say whatever they want. Well, I believe they can say whatever they want, but we need to start having some factual discourse, some actual discussions that are actually helpful. I mean, there's things we could have discussed that maybe we could look at. Everything we talked about yesterday, all of these things that have become problems upstairs are because of the individual that was here yesterday. Those demands, those requests, those items, those extra layers of security, those extra confidential agreements were because this individual filed grievances wanting all of that information. So I mean, I have at my best worked to accommodate the people upstairs, the gentleman that was here yesterday, the board, the director, and at some point I'm human and I get unprofessional and I fail. So yesterday I did that, but I should not have left the meeting after all of that, but there's just some stuff that I don't think we need to be allowing anymore. And that is why that timer is in here. That timer is in here so that the chair doesn't have to feel like the bad guy, the chair doesn't have to feel like the person that's being mean or rude or disrespectful to the individual that's speaking. That's up there to remind the person the time is up. We've given you 3 minutes. We will allow 3 minutes uninterrupted. That will take work on my behalf at times. And there's other commissioners that I think need to work on that, which we will. But, I mean, I think they should be able to, the public should be able to come in and respect those rules, and we should in turn be able to respect our same rules back to the public when they come in. That's all I have. I won't take questions or anything. I'll go into opportunity for the public to address the board.
Did you say that the the handbook is ready to be for adoption possibly?
We have
in
one more
August?
meeting, and yes, it'll be brought to us in August for
Okay.
adoption. Thank you. Thank you. If anyone, I do have 2 slips. Greg Remington, the floor is yours. You have
All right.
3 minutes.
Okay, here we go. I'm not going to waste part of it handing these out, but I brought each one of you guys these. My name is Greg Remington. I'm the business manager, financial secretary for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 948. We represent 500 electricians in Lapeer, Shiawassee, and Genesee County. I'm here to speak on behalf of your big solar project out there. Several of us have spoke in the past. I just brought you guys a handout tonight. It clearly states out the laws governing electrical work, and as far as licensing and enforcement of licensing. We have a big project coming 1 mile away. Newkirk Electric picked it up. Unfortunately, we won't be doing any of the post and racking. The company that's coming in, they bring a very large crew of south of the border people, we'll call them. I don't know what the politically correct, Hispanic, I think that's it. But the big one out just north of my house, we've been going after it. They didn't speak to us. I was here the night both nights Ranger Power came in here and applied for their permits and everything. I've met with, actually I had a reporter here, and I'll send some of the board members, your emails are all on the thing. I'll send you guys a link to an article coming out in the New York Times. It's a big one on your Shiawassee solar field. I don't know what it's going to entail. I was a little bit of it. They met with me and got a few facts. But my big bitch about this whole thing is the enforcement of licensing. In this handout on page 5, it clearly states out that who the enforcing agency is, and that's generally the people issuing the permit. And it's my understanding that when we met out there that day, I did walk over and walk into the office there in Langsburg, and the conversation went about as well as it went on the phone with him. He is the one that tells your electrical inspector what to do. I'm just gonna say this, I've been around this for 27 years. I've been to solar meeting after solar meeting, all the way from DC all across the Midwest. These jobs don't normally happen that fast if everything in these handouts abided by. These are not ordinances, they're laws. They're written in the Michigan compiled laws. They're enforceable. I don't have problems on the other side of the county line. My office is the other side of the county line. No disrespect to anything going on out here. I appreciate everything everybody does. But when I have a problem like this, like not getting inspections done or not enforcing, I can go out any day of the week out there on that full solar field until they run me off, and I can talk to somebody doing electrical work without a license. But it doesn't sound to me like nobody around, you know. I'm being careful with my words here. They're out there, and they're not all on the up and up. I'll give you guys the handout. You can take a look at it, but it clearly states out the laws governing electrical work, and these laws were put in place for safety. All I basically ever care about is I want safe, reliable electricity, and I don't want nobody getting hurt out there. I don't want nobody. Well, that one's camouflage. I don't want nobody getting hurt out there. It's my understanding. I've heard some rumors, but I can't confirm any of it. There have been a few people shocked on the panels. A lot of people don't know what, but those panels, when they come out of the box, they generate 48 volts. It only takes 0.25 milliamps to create an fibrillation in your heart. It will kill you. And it may not seem like much more than a 9-volt battery, but if it hits the right person, the right conditions, it will kill you in a heartbeat. And I guess I'm up, man. It says 0. I appreciate you guys' time. You'll find this reading very interesting. It's from the State Electrical Administration Act. I sat down with a state rep, I think he's a senator now, Ken Horn. I sat down with him in 2015 and got the re-amended Skilled Trades Administration Act going. He took off with it and got it done. It was done by 17, and that's where these excerpts come from. So just let you know. There's more of that coming. It's going to swallow your county.
Tom Nanke, the floor is yours.
What do I got to do? Oh, yeah. Oh, and I'm a resident of Shiawassee County for 30 years, too. I want to let you know that.
Listening today and then yesterday's regarding the SCOA, and then when I interviewed their director a couple days ago, I'm very concerned, especially today with Mr. Holshausen saying it was just a few $1,000s. That's more than a few $1,000s. You talked about an SCOA meeting yesterday. I was told it was postponed to the 21st. Did you guys hold a meeting that was not open to the public yesterday?
Mr. Chairman, do you want me to, what are we going to do?
No, I'm going to leave it up to you. It's up to the county to decide on these things. I'm just bringing it up to you that this meeting was supposed to have been postponed to the 21st of this month at the Morris Senior Center. And if they held the meeting yesterday, I don't know whether the other media was told about it or not. I will say that things have been hidden. There's been other frauds that's happened there. Employees have been allowed to leave and not been charged. The police, the prosecuting attorney's office has been involved. The Michigan State Police have been involved. Maybe not your office, maybe it was Michigan State Police. And they were not, and things didn't go on. I had a director tell me it was none of your business, it was none of my business, it was none of the public's business. They also told me that Marlene knew all about this. And she never came to you last month on this. This is taxpayers' money. The executive told me that it was no big deal. They got the money taken care of. Money was given to them by another agency. That's public money. It's not her money. It's not magical money that comes out of the air. That's taxpayers' money. And I was told that Mr. Holshausen and Marlene both knew about this last month by the director, and it was never brought to you folks.
I said,
40, you
I was
can't
here
do-
last month.
Just went
40
over it. We're not gonna engage.
$45,000, and the director says point blank, my person that represents my district knew about it and didn't tell you folks. I'm very disappointed, I'm very upset, and I would like to see someone quit this job. Because if they cannot come to you and be open to you when we have public money that's at risk and taken, then we've got a big problem. And so we have a big problem with our rep from Wausau Township who did not come to you and tell you that $45,000 was missing off of her personal computer. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else at this time? All right, hearing none, we will close the second opportunity for the public to address the board. And we will go into, I will entertain a motion for an executive session
I'll make that motion.
to handle some personnel and legal opinions.
Support.
We have a motion and a support. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner Palman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner
The Red
Bruder is
Sea part.
excused, Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks,
Yes.
Chairman Ruth.
Yes. All right, at this time we will enter into closed session.